Thank you. Guys, let's talk about it. As many of you know, early on today, this afternoon, the Member of Parliament from Lumezi, juvenile parliamentarian Munir Zulu, was sentenced to 12 months in prison with hard labor. He was convicted and found guilty of defamation. Now, as you know, this country has changed. Zambia is no longer patty cake, baker man. Zambia is no longer tiptoeing through the tulips. Zambia is no longer hold your hand and sing kumbaya. When it comes to social media antics, Zambia now has become a minefield. When it comes to social media antics, social media irresponsibility, social media just running your mouth off and saying whatever the hell you want, those days are over. We have now entered the age of accountability. Say it in the comments below. Type it with me. Say, we have now entered the age of accountability. Everything you say, everything you utter, everything you think, as long as you post it on Facebook or any other medium on the internet and you are taken to task, you are challenged, and you fail to prove your accusations, honey, kuyabebele, it's to go, they've said. You are going to be thrown under the jail and the key is going to be thrown away. Your family won't be able to see you for eons. Why? Because the nation has changed. The digital topography has been transformed and we have to transform with it. This is what it is. And the quicker you embrace that new truth, the better off you are. Now, Munir Zulu's nightmare began as far back as, I think it was March 2023. You remember, he summoned the media. You know, he called the media houses on Parliament grounds, and he was going to hold a gigantic press conference. And he told the media world, he said, oh, I've got a scoop for you guys. Oh, I got something to tell you that's going to curl your hair if it's straight, or make it straight if it's curled. Take a seat down here. Let me tell you. The media houses looked at Munir and said, what the hell you call us here for? Munir said, oh, I got a scoop for you. There are two ministers, namely Vamulupi and Vamusokotwane. There are two ministers, Munir Zulu said, that have received a bribe of $250,000 each via bank transfer, and I've got the proof. It's in my pocket, and if they challenge me, if they take me to court, I will produce the proof I've got. I have irrefutable proof. Well, the two ministers didn't waste any time. They took Munir to court and they took him to task, and they asked Munir Zulu in the courtroom, son, you said you have irrefutable evidence that we received a bribe of $250,000 each. We are now in the courtroom and you are standing in the dock. Could you please avail the courtroom the proof that you have? Munir looked around and said, did I say proof? No, man. And besides, you can't sue me. I simply said those words. I didn't put them in print. Munir Zulu said this in court. He said, no, well, the thing is, you can't sue me because I didn't publish those accusations. I merely uttered the words. The lawyers of the ministers looked at Munir and they turned around and said, Munir, you don't seem to understand how serious this is. What we're trying to tell you is you said that you had irrefutable evidence. Produce it. Oh, I don't have it. Well, what do you mean you don't have it? Well, it's not on me now. Well, get it. Well, I need time. Month after month after month after month, Munir kept on running around like a rabbit in the open field with a sky full of eagles. That's Munir Zulu. He couldn't produce anything. He had no proof. He was running around in circles like a headless chicken. He didn't know his left from his right. He didn't know whether he was coming or going. He had no idea. He was lost in the wilderness, in the darkness, groping through the legal darkness, hoping against hope that he would clutch on to some type of savior, some type of saving, but there was none to be found. The judge looked at Munir and said, well, Munir, these two ministers done brought you to court. You don't have any proof. Those outlandish accusations, those broad strokes that you were painting on Parliament ground in the presence of those media houses that you erroneously invited, you have nothing. Therefore, I have no choice but to sentence you to 12 months in prison with hard labor. Smack. Now, this is what I find offensive. You've got these fly-by-night amateur kindergarten lawyers like whatever the hell his name is, you know, the young lawyer. He says, no, people should not celebrate because Munir has been found. It's got nothing to do with celebration. When you do the crime, you do the time. That's how life works. The trouble with these opposition leaders and these people that call themselves lawyers and representatives is that they begin to scapegoat. They begin to create castles in the sky. No, you can't celebrate because it's un-Zambian and it's against our tradition as the people over the soil. That's got nothing to do with anything. When you do the crime, you do the time. If they take you to court, somebody takes you to task, and in the courtroom you fail to prove your allegations. Honey, kuyabebede. It's to go, they've said. You are going, and they're going to throw the key away when they throw you under the jail. It's got nothing to do with celebration. And this is what I find so disingenuous. Munir Zulu, this is how juvenile he is. I mean, this guy is did I mention, I don't want to say that, I'll just get in trouble if I say that. Did I tell you that, and did you see the video of Munir leaving the holding cell, walking over to the car that was supposed to take him to the prison cell? He was showboating, and I don't know why they do this. It's false bravado. On the outside, he's saying, no, 2026. We are forming government. With what tools are you going to form government? Number one. Number two, you've just been sentenced to 12 months in prison with hard labor, and there you are showboating. On the exterior, on the outside, you're trying to show your family and your supporters that you are tough as nails, that you are hard as steel. But on the inside, you're quivering like the little boy that you are, and you are scared out of your mind. Why? Because sometimes. And don't be deceived, brothers and sisters. All of that showboating, all of that showing off, all of that. No, there is nothing brave about that. When he sits in that cell all by himself, and those bars slam home, that's when you know it's for real. Whole life blown away in a blink of an eye. Nothing left but all the time in the world to think about it. Don't showboat. Look at yourself in the mirror. Introspection. You made a false accusation in a brand new digital framework.
Well, it wasn't the other night. It was last night.
Sorry.
Last night, I was watching.
Let me say that again. You made a false accusation in the climate of a brand new digital social media framework. People will take you to task now. When you go on Facebook, you do a live, you type anything, you say anything. Oh, honey, all it takes is an aggrieved person with a lawyer. and they're going to come knocking at your door. Now, it's one thing if you can prove it. He that alleges must approve. It's one thing if you can do that. But oh, honey, it's a completely different ball game when you can't prove diddly squat. If they take you to court and you can't prove it, oh, Lord have mercy. You are as vulnerable as a white rabbit in an open green field with a sky full of eagles. They're going to swoop you up, sop you up like a biscuit boy. They won't mess around with you now. Now, listen, I'm not gloating. Does this sound like gloating? I don't think it is. This is a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary tale to every single one of us. To add insult to injury, or as my mother used to say, as if that's not enough. Munir Zulu added to that debacle of falsely accusing two members of parliament of receiving $250,000 each via wire transfer. We now know that that's not true. Obviously, if it were true, he would have produced the proof to save his behind. I mean, who wouldn't want to save their behind? So we know that that's not true. But as if that's not enough, what does Munir do? He now calls journalists at Ibexu police station and he begins to announce that President Hakainde Hichilema is going to dissolve parliament and he's going to call for early elections. So he's got that to contend with. Munir Zulu's nightmare is not over. Honey, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Hear what I'm telling you. All right, I got to go. Thanks for watching. Bye.
What a sad day it is today. I just woke up to sad news that mwewa na kubatusha. No, it's a sad day today. May the soul of Abayashi mwewa na rest in eternal peace. And beyond that, or besides that, kumfafet Munir bamkakawani 12 months imprisonment without labor. And these are the young people. These are the young people that are championing the young ones to get into leadership. These are the young ones. Our leadership champion. Forever Chaiche was doing leadership mantle. But now, look at what is happening. Yes, there's freedom of speech, but that freedom of speech has got a limit. Where your freedom of speech ends, that's where my freedom of speech also begins. So, Chilamuntu alikuwa freedoms. What am I trying to say? If we all have freedoms, I have no right to cross the boundary of my freedoms yandi. Insambusha nduku shipitirira na ambo kutita infringe musambusha muntu umbi, then that becomes a problem. Umulandu wa mukakire bebe, pashano mutundu bebe, pishefili fionse wa mukakire pa mulandu wa kanwa, no bufi. Kubepo kutila uliana aliyamo $250 million, no inapuka $250 million, aleo shaba milupe. Pa mulandu wa dual carriageway, na ma transaction ni alikwete fyalandile. Elo bali pile MPH, kufuma kuli abana. No, Mbugu ya Mukoti has failed to prove I'm a transaction. So now, again, this calls for us, the young people. Ukuba very careful kubantu baletu honfya. Bambi abantu bale for political marriage, bale for queen na pali for ba youth. And yet, look at their children. None of their children is even going into the cell na majere. But if for bale for kubonfya, before kala children mukula masel na majere. We should wake up. Young people should wake up. Why wala freedom nobe? Kwati niwe Yesu. Ba Munir Zulu lero ba Yesu. Pamulando wakula freedom abantu bambia bananika. No. Young people should wake up. I am a movement yakula was sponsored by Abakote in Kana. If we have an ideology, if we have a cause for even twaima, yes, that can be a movement. Not a movement yaku wamfesho wakubakote. Awe. No.